Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Straight Out of Context. I am Barbara Ann. If you are not a fan of Candace Owens, that's fine, that's okay. If you don't align with her politically, that's also fine, that's okay. But I highly suggest that you go over to her YouTube channel or her brand new website and you go watch this explosive bombshell new series that she is dropping. She has an introduction video. She also has episode 1 that she put up yesterday and episode 2 that she put up today. You gotta see this. It's called Becoming Bridget, okay? This is about Emmanuel Macron, who is the president of France, and his wife, Brigitte Macron. And I know there has been a lot of speculation, a lot of propaganda that has surrounded them for a long time, speculating that Brigitte Macron is actually a trans woman and not a born female. Why does this matter so much, you may ask? Because they have been lying to the public, if that is the truth, that they have been lying to the Republic of France, and they have been lying to Europe, they have been lying to the world. Now, I'm not saying that this is my opinion. I'm saying that you need to go watch this. I cannot wait till she drops the rest of the series. I don't know how many episodes there's going to be, but it is absolutely bombshell. A lot of Candace's claims are very suspicious in and of themselves, but she's also received not one, but 2 letters from Emmanuel Macron and his wife. Not only does she deep dive into the past, starting from the birth of both Brigitte Macron and Emmanuel Macron, but there has been many French journalists, reporters, investigative journalists who have actually looked into the couple and have come up deceased, disappeared. There are things that are extremely fishy here. And when somebody is a sitting president of an entire country, you would expect honesty, truth, and transparency, right? It's not that anybody has a problem with somebody having a trans woman for a wife. It's lying to the public, if that is the truth. Because any president of any nation, any king, any queen, any crown prince, anybody that's appointed or elected should always be honest and transparent. But that's rarely ever the case when it comes to the world or any nation or politics anywhere, no matter what the government is. We rarely see that, and we always see mainstream media, propaganda machines and PR machines working overtime. And if you got enough money, if you got enough fame and celebrity, if you have the position or the connections to people who have wealth and celebrity, then you could pretty much make anything happen in the mainstream media. And that's what I appreciate about Candace Owens, is the fact that she cannot be bought and controlled and ran and operated by mainstream media. And that's applaudable. That's applaudable for anybody that does that. But I, with just my intelligence level and the way that my brain thinks and absorbs everything, I notice things right away. Like this little fact that she hasn't even gotten into in video 1 or 2 or the introduction. If it is true that Emmanuel Macron and Brigitte Macron married on October 20th of 2007, and she is truly a born man, that means that the president of France and his wife were not legally married, at least not at the time that they said that they got married, because a trans woman and a man could not marry in France until May 17th of 2013, when same-sex marriage was legalized in France, meaning that a trans woman is legally recognized as a woman on May 17th of 2013 and can marry a man under French law. So, if she's really a woman and they really did get married in 2007, what's the problem? Well, here it is. Candace Owens has verbatim said that she would risk her entire career on being right that Brigitte Macron was a born man. So is this what they're really hiding from the French people? The fact that they were not legally married at least not before May 17th of 2013, when it became legal in the country to do so. There's also been a lot of speculation about how many times she has worn a scarf or has worn a high top choker because she doesn't want to show the scar where she's had her Adam's apple removed. I'm not sure if there's any truth to that or not. I'm not saying one way or the other. All I'm saying is that what Candace Owens is presenting, she got a lot of the research and information from somebody who has been working for 8 years digging into this story and digging into the family backgrounds. And what it said is likely that she really was a born man. She's claiming to be a sister, somebody else, and when she's really a born brother. And now she's claiming that that brother is just her brother. Yet the brother is nowhere to be found. But it's also odd that her other family members are nowhere to be found. Supposedly she was married before. And at 39, she meets a 14-year-old student when she's teaching at a school. And she falls in love with this 14-year-old student. No matter which way you paint that, that is called a PDF file for educational and entertainment purposes only here on TikTok and YouTube. I just got to say that. That reminds me of, what is her name? Mary Kay Letourneau? Remember her in Vili Falau? Wasn't she like 37, 38, married with 3-4 kids when she meets 8-year-old Vili for the first time in school teaching his sister, and then later gets romantically involved with him when he's only 12, 13, 14, then has 2 children with him, is in prison because of this. She breaks her PO, breaks the stipulations of her PO, and is caught in a car with Vili again. This is very much reminiscent of that American case. And we know how that ended up, because they did end up divorcing once Vili Falau was older and recognized what was actually happening to him at the time. And of course, she sadly passed away from cancer, which he was by her side. So was their 2 daughters and her other 3-4 children that she had from her previous marriage, which she broke up to be with Vili. She molded Vili. She raised him. She molded him to be the man she wanted him to be, which to me is just, I can't even get into that because I have gotten into that case before. It's one of the first cases I started doing over 2 years ago when I started my YouTube channel, but that's for another day. I want to know what you guys think, okay? Because they are saying, Emmanuel Macron and Brigitte Macron are saying that the age of consent is 15 in France. But back at that time when they met, he was actually 14 and she was proclaimed to be 39. Although if she's really the brother transgender, then supposedly she's 8 years younger than what she says. But I don't know if any of that is actually true. That's what Candace is saying. At that time, that very much was an inappropriate relationship. And here in the United States, yeah, age of consent in different states may be 15, 16, 17. But that means consenting with another 15, 16, 17-year-old. Anywhere in the United States federally, if you are 18 or older, you cannot consent with somebody who's 15 because their age of consent. It doesn't work that way. It means that a 15 and a 16-year-old or a 15 and a 17-year-old can both be consenting together. But the adult in the situation is always the sole responsible party for making sure that does not happen and that law is not broken. Okay, so this whole story, this whole saga is bombshell. I'm telling you, I cannot wait to watch the rest of it. I really highly suggest, if you like rabbit holes, if you like deep dives like I do, and if you're really good at research like I am, you need to go deep dive this, because if this is true, this is what they are hiding. This is the big secret. They don't want you to know that she's a trans woman and that they were not legally married. They couldn't have been before 2013, because if they were really married on October 20th of 2007, that means they lied, that she had completely revamped everything and created this whole persona to actually be able to pretend to be a real woman to then get married to him. That means that their marriage is invalid. Pretty big motive to me. I don't know. What do you think? Drop your comments down below. Do you think that Brigitte Macron is a trans woman?